So yeah, David Bell was probably the last big thing. I think he nailed that right in the Barcelona trip, and since then, I've flown the nest a little bit and dabbled in a few other things. It's nice to feel like a student again. I think you get caught up with tunnel vision, and you just focus on parkour. When the reason you did in the first place is because you enjoyed what you were doing, because it was new, because you could learn and progress quickly, and then it becomes a struggle to continue to progress, and your flame's not there the same way it was, and you might be. Some people do this with everything they do. They feel like they should do it forever because that's what they did when they were 18 to 20 or whatever. So I wanted to just try something else. Well, I just naturally fell into something else. I thought obstacle course racing looked quite cool, and that if I could learn to run or get better at running, then I could compete in these. I like the idea of speed competitions where you're against the clock. I think style competitions are pretty hard to judge. I don't think they'll be as popular in the future as once people start to get the speed competitions down. So obstacle course racing was just like kind of a fun challenge to feel like a student and to compete, but never take my position too seriously. So I started running for that, and then I just fell in love with running, and I forgot about the obstacle course races. I started running 5K races, 10K. I did the London Marathon, and then I did a 100-kilometer race, which is about 2.5 marathons or 62 miles.
Was that the one from London down to Brighton?
Exactly. So yeah. I did that run, and I had an incredible year. I progressed quickly, and I did a mountain race, which was even more beautiful than that one. And then I kind of ended that season, and I wasn't training parkour at the time. It was hard to do both because I was so focused on learning running, and so you left this, but I didn't leave it. I just was focused on enjoying something else. But I've since gotten back into it. I call that season 1. I did my 100K race and a few other races, and then I got a strain in my calf. I took 2 months off, and I've come back, and now I'm running again, and I'm training parkour, and I'm as strong as ever, as fit as ever, jumping as far as ever. There's a few bar parks have popped up near me, so I'm playing on the bars, doing giants and lashes and that.
Awesome, man. That's good to hear.
I'm loving it as ever, man. I want to get over to the parkour gym in Colorado.
Yeah.
You're in yeah, man.
I hope you do.
Yeah. So hopefully, maybe in 2016, I get to make it out there. But I was just focused on another thing. But it was good to take a break from it. I took almost a year off, and it sparked. Now I'm excited to do parkour again, and I've got a whole kind of new physique because of the cardio that I've been doing. I've got a different build in my body, and it's exciting to train with this new body. Just follow your passion in every moment. I mean, one of the greatest quotes I ever read, and I heard it a while ago, was "Follow your bliss." Like, don't keep beating what's the saying, beating a dead horse or whatever this is. It's like, if you're not enjoying it, step away. If you don't feel passionate, don't just turn up to practice every week because you're playing out this role that you think you should be doing, man. And me, obviously, in the position I was in a great position in parkour, like one of the leaders of I call it the second generation. And I was happy, I walked away because I've through spiritual practice and things like that, I've learned that don't just do something because you feel an obligation to do it because there's people around you that expect you to do it. And certainly there was moments within my team where I felt them not so much judging me, but being like, "Oh, Tim's not training anymore." Like they saw that I was doing the running, and what upset me the most? They didn't support my running. If people are friends, they support you whatever you're doing, right? I was enjoying the running so much, and none of them were ever like, "Oh, that's awesome! Like, that's cool that you're enjoying that." It was like just, they felt like that I was neglecting them and not doing the parkour. And I learned a lot from that, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the community I then was led to meet through that, because the running community is such a lovely community. It's welcoming. You know what I really like about it? Running is such a humble practice. Parkour it's very showman. When you're making videos and show reels, and it's all about doing cool tricks and flows, which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
But running is so humble because no one's impressed by it.
Yeah.
It's just, you know what I mean? But how it makes you feel is what's important. And it made me feel this new sense of calmness that I had never felt in my life before, like on the days that I was running and in between. So it's an important practice as a human. Our body is fundamentally a transport system for our brain, for our consciousness. And the number one mode of transport is running, is moving, is walking or running. Parkour is kind of an adaptation of that because we've got this ability to move, and it's our creative brain kicking in, and we are able to do this stuff. But essentially what our body's meant to do, and there's some sort of, returning to our natural state when we do that, when we take it through that system, it makes our brain switch off a little bit, and it calms our brain down, and it uses other energy systems in the body. And I found a real good connection to that. I think there's many practices as humans that we should all do to be optimum, especially with our body. And I think like kind of yogic, calm practice. I think like movement and creative, like dancing or jiu-jitsu or parkour is another one, capoeira or whatever. And then I think cardio is an important element because it strengthens your heart. And I think any exercise, I don't think parkour fundamentally strengthens your heart unless you're doing long runs or speed runs or things. But running strengthens your heart, and I think that's such an important practice to do every day, or as frequently as possible when you find the relationship to that. And the beauty of it is now is people have less expectation of me. I disappeared. They think I've gone. Their expectations are gone, and I work better in that position, man. I work better. I come from a better angle there. I freed myself. You know, I took a year out. People think I've gone whatever. That's cool, man. And now I can just focus on being me, enjoying what I do, find new training partners that are supportive, that want to train similar things and we can bounce off each other. And I just want to travel and be like I say, be a student again. It's fun learning, but it works best when you're passionate, when you're fired up to do it. When you turn up, you know, you barely have to do a warm up because you're so excited already to move, and that's what I'm starting to find again.